Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ryobi 18-inch 38cc 2-cycle gas chainsaw. I just went and picked this up at Home Depot. It was exactly $199 with the hard carrying case, a small bottle of oil mixture, and a screw and wrench combo tool. So I think this was actually a pretty good deal because, as you'll see later on in the video, this saw actually works really well right out of the box. I actually prefer using this True Fuel 50-to-1 mix just because it doesn't contain ethanol and has some other really good additives in it, and it's also a higher octane rating and everything. So me personally, I really like this fuel, but it does cost quite a bit more, so just something to kind of consider. Yeah, I already got the saw unboxed and everything. As you can see, it's brand new. Never been used or anything, but I already took off all the packaging. You don't have to put anything together, which is really nice. That hard carrying case basically has a separate compartment just for the actual blade and everything, so you don't have to worry about that hanging out and getting all rusty. You can see I also bought a quart of the actual bar and chain oil or chain lube, and the nice part about this saw, like many other newer saws, it has a reservoir that you basically just pour that chain lube in, and you do need to check it about every, I would say, like 20 to 30 minutes of use. You typically need to top it off by then. But yeah, so this is 51. It's a 2-stroke, so you do have to mix your oil and gas, or like I said, just buy pre-mix if you'd like. And by the way, the whole reason I'm doing this voiceover here is because I basically lost audio in these first 2 clips for some reason. So after this clip, we'll have full audio and everything, so we won't need any more voiceover. But this is just the first time start, so I wanted to leave it in. But you can see I'm putting my foot on the bottom there, and you should be able to kind of see when it starts. So right there, it started for a second with the choke on. So now I'm going to go ahead, turn choke off, and then we're going to go ahead and attempt again. I think it just takes 1 or 2 more pulls from here. I think, yep, we're running right there, so you can kind of see it shaking. Obviously, it is a 2-stroke, so definitely very lumpy idle 2-stroke single cylinder. But yeah, we have it running, so now let's go ahead and get it tested out. All right, we are now at the site of the fatal tree crash. So yeah, sadly this tree was pretty dead, and I can't even remember if it fell before I moved in or after, but you can kind of see a general idea on where it came from, and it just completely separated from the roots. Give it a test to kind of give you guys an idea. I'm size 10 foot, so I would say in terms of diameter, it does get thinner up top. I don't know how much of that I'm actually going to get to for the actual video's sake, but we'll try to get some of the up top parts so we can see how it does for thinner and thicker stuff. So let's go ahead and get it camera set up and start cutting. Well, that was actually pretty fun. I'm sure if I did this every single day for a living, I'd probably kind of grow to hate it, but it was pretty satisfying for a newbie like me. Everything was, I'd say, pretty easy. The worst thing I did to myself was I cut this when it was like standing straight up and it fell in my hand, but you know, I'm all right. So yeah, I mean, it worked really well. Got like some really nice, just clean cuts, you know, for firewood and stuff. And even on the thicker parts of this, the parts that I'd say probably, I want to say close to maybe 13, 14 inches in thickness, really didn't have any trouble cutting through them. I mean, it never stopped. I never had to actually use like that handbrake or anything. It just cut right through it all really smooth. And it really felt like it could do more, you know. I mean, it is an 18-inch, which I think is a pretty decent size. I know they get up to, you know, like 24, 26 for like some of the giant commercial stuff, but I mean, I don't think I'd have trouble cutting something like that, or, you know, something like that over there. It wasn't too bad at all. The only thing, you know, I was trying to be pretty careful about that. I know it may have looked like I was doing was just not going into the dirt. I know it's really bad for the chains and everything, but as you can see, every single time I'd stop, you know, just kind of feeling. You can kind of feel right when it's getting to the end there, because it's not really having trouble anymore cutting. It just kind of stops. And so as long as you're smart about it, you know, you can cut it on the ground like this and you don't have to worry about the chain going to the ground. But yeah, I mean, overall, definitely pretty easy and I think pretty efficient. You know, I felt pretty good about it. I'm kind of curious how much gas we have left. I'd say that was probably about oh gosh, I need to check the recording. It felt like it was probably about a 10-minute run, and it definitely, yeah, we're definitely getting pretty low. So it looks like if I had gone for about double the time, I think we would have been about out of gas. If that gives you any idea, you know, about how long or how short it's able to last, let's check the chain oil, which I don't think, I'm gonna look over, but I don't think this has like a clear peeping hole. It looks like the chain oil is about 3/4 still full, maybe closer to half, so we definitely will. Just wanna probably top that off before each larger cut. If we're just doing like, you know, one or two, probably don't have to worry about it, but for anything bigger than that, we should definitely check it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any type of viewing glass or anything, which is a little bit sucky, but I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, just check it before each cut. You know, buy a big bottle like I did. You can even buy it in a gallon or buy the 5-gallon if you really want to. I just got a 1-quart bottle, which felt like plenty. So yeah, I mean, my review of this, I'd definitely say it passes. It wasn't super shaky. It didn't make me feel scared either. That was another thing I liked about it. It wasn't super scary to use like I thought it would be, just because, you know, I've used an electric one before that was just battery powered Craftsman, and that even felt a little bit scary when you're not used to it. But this really didn't feel much more crazy than that. I did have, you know, some good earbuds in, and I also had safety goggles, so that really helped. The only thing I kind of lacked was good shoes and jeans. You really should wear jeans, or really even they actually sell you know, padded covers for when you do a lot of chainsaw work. But you know, I kind of figured just for doing this once or twice a year, it wouldn't be too bad to wear sweatpants. But yeah, so overall, I really like this. I approve of it. I'll leave some links in the description if you want to pick up one of these. It may be an affiliate link if I can find it like on Amazon, but otherwise it'll just be to Home Depot's website. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're thinking about buying one of these, or if you have any trouble with yours, and I'll try to get back with you. Peace out, guys.